did your parents finally say what they'd been thinking all along? My parents bought my sister Miranda a luxury condo at 16 because she said the house felt crowded. They wouldn't even cover my $50 inhaler when I had an asthma attack at 17. They adopted me as a baby and showered me with love for exactly 4 years, until their miracle biological daughter arrived. The shift was immediate. They moved me from my sunny upstairs bedroom to the unfinished basement the week Miranda was born, saying babies needed natural light more than 4-year-olds. I slept next to the water heater on a mattress on the floor, while Miranda got my princess room with the hand-painted butterflies I'd helped design. At 8, I begged to join Girl Scouts with my only friend from school. Mom said the uniforms and dues were wasteful when I could learn life skills at home. When Miranda turned 8, she joined Girl Scouts, dance, and piano, because social connections matter for biological children. My 10th birthday was forgotten entirely because 6-year-old Miranda had a dance recital that day. I ate cereal alone while they celebrated her participation trophy at Chuck E. Cheese. When I won the state science fair at 14, my parents didn't come because 10-year-old Miranda had a play date she didn't want to leave. Christmas meant watching Miranda open mountains of gifts while I got necessities like deodorant and notebook paper, told I was mature enough to appreciate practical things. By senior year, Miranda had a brand new iPhone, iPad, and MacBook for her 8th grade social needs. I wrote my valedictorian speech at the public library because the home computer was moved to Miranda's room for her privacy. On my 18th birthday, I came home from school to find garbage bags on the basement floor. My belongings already packed. Mom stood in the doorway. Time to be independent. Adults don't live at home. Dad appeared behind her. The shelter closes at 7. Better hurry. Miranda, 14, was upstairs planning her dream apartment that they'd already put a deposit on. I slept in my car for 3 weeks, showering at the gym where I worked nights. When I called begging to come back just to do laundry, Mom said I was proving I couldn't handle independence. When Miranda turned 16, they posted photos of her new downtown studio apartment, fully furnished and paid for. I found a couch to crash on through a coworker. Worked 3 jobs to save for a deposit. Meanwhile, Miranda lived rent-free in her studio that cost them $2,000 monthly. When I swallowed my pride and asked for $100 for groceries, Dad said, "We're not a bank. You wanted to be an adult." The next week, Mom posted about surprising Miranda with a $10,000 furniture shopping spree for her apartment because she didn't like the first set. I was eating rice and beans for the 5th day straight. After 3 years of saving, I finally signed a lease on my own apartment. Just a small 2-bedroom, but it was mine. I cried holding those keys. I invited my parents to see it to celebrate this milestone, but they said Miranda needed them to deal with her latest eviction for property damage. After 5 years of night classes while working full-time, I was graduating summa cum laude from State University, first in our family with a degree. I sent my parents the invitation 2 months early, with a handwritten note about how much their presence would mean. The morning of graduation, Mom called. "We can't make it. Miranda's landlord is threatening to sue over the holes she punched in the walls. We're meeting with lawyers." Miranda was 19, had never worked a day in her life, and this was her 4th rental they'd paid for. "Mom, I'm giving the valedictorian speech. This is everything I worked for alone. You'll understand when you have biological children. She's more sensitive and needs us." I walked across that stage without my parents there. My manager and his family filled their seats, cheering louder than anyone. His wife hugged me afterward with tears streaming down her face, whispering, "We're so proud of you, sweetheart. You deserved so much better." The reserved seats in front stayed empty. The call came on a Thursday. "We're moving in tomorrow." Mom's voice wasn't asking. It was telling. Dad had remortgaged the house 3 times to cover Miranda's property damages. She'd cost them over $200,000 in rent, damages, and legal fees. Lost the house to foreclosure. "All 3 of you?" I asked, looking around my small apartment I'd worked so hard to afford. "Of course. Family stays together. You have 2 bedrooms. You kicked me out at 18, on my birthday." She sighed. "You needed to learn independence. Miranda's different. She's our real daughter." Those words hung in the air. After 23 years, she finally said it. "We'll take your bedroom. Miranda needs the 2nd room for her things. You can sleep on your couch. Family stays together, right?" Dad added. I thought about 18-year-old me, sleeping in my car on my birthday, showering at the gym, begging for money to avoid starvation. "You're not living here. Miranda's your real daughter. Learn independence with her."